let's talk about the Brandin Cooks trade. It was the biggest NFL roster move of last week. Brandin Cooks, human cancer. Dylan, do you disagree?
Yeah, I hate it. It's so stupid. Bill O'Brien.
You think that he's not a cancer?
No, he is. No, he is.
Okay.
No, I disagree with the trade. I disagree with the idea of the whole trade. It's so dumb because, like, you are getting – okay, so DeAndre Hopkins, it was a guy for Deshaun Watson who, when you needed him on a third down play, that's who you go to. When you needed some guy that can go and make the play to bring you further downfield, that's the guy. Brandin Cooks is not that guy. Also –
You're saying he's not a deep threat?
No. Brandin Cooks has two. Yeah, but he does not have the hands, and he does not have like the ability to go over cornerbacks like DeAndre Hopkins did. And plus, Brandin Cooks' contract is 5 years, $80 million, I think. So then you take that on. You take that on. Then you take on David Johnson's, and I seen an analyst talk about today the idea that this was a great trade for them because Brandin Cooks knows Bill O'Brien's system. And he's going to fit in well. And I'm like, that's really it? That's the real reason why it's a good trade? Like, it's a stupid trade.
I'm sorry. When did Brandin Cooks play for Bill O'Brien?
He didn't.
Exactly. What?
All right. Now, I need to jump in because I disagree. Brandin Cooks is not locker room cancer. Let me explain the rationale behind all of these trades, all right? First of all, the people get the idea that he's locker room cancer because of what happened with the Saints, and we'll discuss that. All right, he started coming out and complaining because he wasn't getting as many looks because he was threatened by Michael Thomas, who is now the best receiver in the NFL. So I can get being a little, not happy with that. But
it's your job. You're a professional. Shut up.
I agree. He went about that the wrong way. However, that's not just the reason why the Saints traded him. Every single one of these trades, when you look down to it, the reason is because of the money he's getting paid. The Saints knew that they were going to have to pay out a lot of money to bring back Brandin Cooks, money that they just didn't have. They couldn't afford to bring him back, so they trade him, and they get the Patriots pick when they get Ryan Ramczyk out of that, one of the best tackles in the league. All right, so then he goes to the Patriots. And, the Patriots are notorious for not re-signing high-profile guys. I mean,
who are also locker room cancers.
That just happens. That's not true. Jamie Collins was not a locker room cancer. Vince Wilfork was not a locker room cancer. Logan Mankins was not a locker room cancer. I don't agree with that. That's just the Patriots' philosophy. So rather than give him a giant contract, they ship him off basically for the same thing the Saints got. Now the Rams make a mistake and give him this huge contract. They don't have the money. The Rams are falling apart. Trade them. You dump the contract and get a second-round pick. It's all down to the financial benefits.
I bring two things to you. One, hey, Brandon, you want to come in the office and we can restructure this deal if you want to be a part of the team? And two, there's no way that one of the top 20 fastest humans on earth is not worth something. There's something else going on. You aren't one of the fast. He would probably qualify for the Olympics for most countries, not the US. But if he gained citizenship to another country, he would be in the Olympics. He's that fast. And you're telling me that guy can't stay on a team for a year? There's something else going on. I don't care about the money.
And look at the Rams receiving core. They've got Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, who are both going to get big deals. They could not afford to keep Brandin Cooks and re-sign Cooper Kupp and still have Robert Woods. It made financial sense. For each one of these trades, it's made financial sense for the teams. It's smart. He's not locker room cancer. He's just taking up too much money. That's what it comes down to.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Hey, Brandon, come in here and we can make the team better if you take a pay cut. Why is Brandon Cooks not saying, okay, I'll do that?
Well, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. If that's not his prerogative, if his prerogative is to make enough money so he can live happily when he retires over winning a Super Bowl, then you know what? That's his prerogative, and I get that. He's going to have so many injuries. Look at all these ex-NFL players who have so many injuries and go into debt. He's smart. Make as much money as he can, and then when he's out, he has a good surplus, and he doesn't have to struggle like guys like Jamarcus Russell or Ryan Leaf.
You can't compare those two.
So wait, John. So you like the not the locker room part, but do you like the Texans getting Brandin Cooks?
I think it's good.
Okay, they built a whole receiving core just off speed, no size.
That's
You
what I
got
do in
Brandin Cooks.
Madden. It works
You
out
got
just
Kyle
fine.
Floyd. You got Randall Cobb. You got Kiki Kuti. But like I'm saying, you don't have that go-to receiver anymore. You have a bunch of deep threats. Sure.
Will Fuller is going to become that for them, and this conversation is going on a tangent. I have two things to say. That celebration he does with the arrow, he's just firing on a blank canvas of 32 teams. Whatever the arrow lands on, that's who he demands a trade to next. And second, the Texans traded DeAndre Hopkins, so it would open up 10 for Brandin Cooks. Thoughts on that?
Horrible.
That's why they did it. You have to give Cooks what he wants. He wants that number 10.
See, I think we're all trying to be analytical here. And
he
I think
needs that number
John's
10. I'm not coming there unless I get 10. It's either Hopkins goes or I'm staying in LA.
I'd buy it.
You would not.
That's something he would do. He thinks he's the Paul Pierce of the NFL. Paul Pierce is the only person in the world who thinks Paul Pierce is a top 3 player of all time. Brandin Cooks thinks he is a top 5 wide receiver, and he's not.
I don't think he sees himself as a top 5 receiver. I don't.
We'll see when he's a Raider next year.